Hello, my name is Jesse Andrade, and I want to start this speech off by saying humans are some of the most selfish things ever created, and it's clear to see that in times of need, like right now. When a few weeks ago, people were actually just fighting over some toilet paper, and that's why I want to introduce Manny Pacquiao and why he's such an inspiration to the world, and why he's just an amazing role model for anybody to follow. And where he came from, that's what I'll be going over, what he did to get here, and what he's doing for his country right now. And I think we can all relate to this because, most people are selfish, and I say that from personal experience. And I think we should all just appreciate a good person, when they come because there's not very many of them nowadays. And I'll start off by saying who he is and where he came from. A lot of you guys probably recognize the name Manny Pacquiao because he's a very famous Filipino boxer. He started at the age of 12 and he came from extreme poverty in the Philippines. According to a ESPN article written by Greg Garber titled Pacquiao's Recalls Journey to the Top, posted on April 27, 2015, the only reason Pacquiao became a boxer was for the chance to win 100 pesos, which is roughly equivalent to $2, just to feed his family. And I think that's crazy because, a lot of people in that situation would just accept where they are and, accept life. But, he changed his whole family's trajectory because he wasn't willing to settle. Further in his life, what he's done to get here, it's a classic rags to riches story where he went pro at 16 years old, and he made his U.S. debut in 2001, and he's been fighting there ever since. He's fought a lot of legends such as uh, Juan Marquez, Eric Morales, Miguel Cotto, and Floyd Mayweather. One of the fights that sticks out to me is Antonio Margarito, who was 16 pounds heavier the night they fought, and he still lost to Pacquiao by unanimous decision. It just goes to show that he doesn't make excuses for where he is. Like he just, he'll fight his way out of it if he has to. And I found this information from a Los Angeles Times article written by Lance Prignier, and it was titled Manny Pacquiao's Greatest Fights, number 4, Antonio Margarito, posted on March 17th, 2015. Um, and yet, after all that, he's still trying to save his country on the daily. In the Philippines, he's pretty much a superstar. He's currently a senator over there, and he was actually criticized for doing that because he had no prior education or any experience in politics. But as of last year, he actually went to college and he got his bachelor's in political science, and he actually plans to go for his master's in a few years after he's probably done with the boxing. And that's pretty crazy because he's actually still boxing to this very day at 41 years old. And he's donated over $200 million to poor Filipinos and just the poor in general, which is half of what he's made in his entire career. He's made over 1,500 houses in the Philippines, and I read all that from a Rappler article titled "Pacquiao estimates that he's given away 200 million during his career," posted on November 5th, 2016. Pacquiao doesn't have any reason to be, this generous. He's fought and bled for whatever he's owned, and nobody gave him anything. But that's another testament to show that that's the kind of person he is. And to close us out, Manny Pacquiao, in my eyes, is he's the greatest boxer of all time. 8 division world champ. You can't get much better than that. The only one in history. He's a great role model. He's not perfect, but he's a born again Christian, and that just goes to show that he's not afraid to admit his flaws. And I think if we were all half as generous or good of a person as Manny Pacquiao, I think the world would be, just an amazing place. Oh, and the item I brought was this sweater, Manny Pacquiao sweater, and it's they don't make these anymore, but it was with Nike, very very famous. So that's it.